Ever wondered why your child doesn't listen to you? It's a question that has crossed the minds of many. Understanding the reasons behind this behavior is not just about finding peace at home, but it's also essential in nurturing a healthy parent-child relationship. It sets the foundation for better communication and mutual respect. We'll dive into this topic, demystifying the complexities of why children might turn a deaf ear to their parents. In this video, we will explore 5 possible reasons why children might not be listening to their parents, and how to address them. The first reason why your child might not be listening to you is a lack of trust. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, my child doesn't trust me? Well, it might not be as dramatic as it sounds, but trust plays a pivotal role in any relationship, and the one between a parent and a child is no different. When we say trust, it's not just about believing that you'll catch them when they fall off the swing. It's about knowing that their feelings, thoughts, and opinions are valued and respected. So how does a lack of trust come about? It can stem from a variety of situations. It might be the result of broken promises, inconsistent rules, or not following through on consequences. For example, if you promise to play a game with them after dinner but then get caught up with work and forget, it can chip away at their trust. Or, if the rules of the house seem to change randomly, it can lead to confusion and mistrust. And how does this affect communication, you ask? Well, when a child doesn't trust that their parent will listen to them or take their feelings into account, they might stop trying to communicate altogether. They might feel that it's easier to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves rather than risk being ignored or dismissed. But don't worry, trust isn't a one-shot deal. It can be rebuilt. Start by keeping your promises. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Consistency is key. Also, try to understand their perspective. If they're upset about something that seems trivial to you, remember, it's not trivial to them. Acknowledge their feelings and ensure that they feel heard. Another tip is to apologize when you're wrong. Yes, parents can be wrong too. Admitting your mistakes shows your child that you're human and that it's okay to make mistakes. It sets a good example and fosters a sense of trust. Building trust can take time, but it's a crucial step towards improving communication with your child. The second reason your child might not be listening is simply that they're distracted. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. From the ubiquitous screens of smartphones, tablets, and televisions to the constant buzz of social media notifications. It's no wonder that our children, like us, are finding it increasingly difficult to focus on one thing at a time. Distractions can be particularly problematic when it comes to communication. You see, when a child's attention is divided, it becomes harder for them to process and retain the information they're being given. They might hear your words, but they're not truly listening. And as a result, your message is likely to go in one ear and out the other. So how can we tackle this issue? Well, one effective strategy is to reduce the number of distractions in the environment when you're trying to communicate with your child. This might mean turning off the television, putting away mobile devices, or even moving to a quieter room. The goal here is to create a space where your child can focus solely on what you're saying, without their attention being pulled in a dozen different directions. Another useful tip is to make sure you have your child's attention before you start speaking. This can be as simple as making eye contact and saying their name. Once you're sure you have their attention, you can deliver your message. This way, you're not competing with the distraction for their focus. Finally, it's important to remember that children, especially younger ones, have shorter attention spans than adults. So keep your messages brief and to the point. If you have a lot to say, try breaking it down into smaller, more digestible chunks. This can make it easier for your child to absorb and remember what you're saying. By implementing these strategies and minimizing distractions, you can help your child focus more on what you're saying. Remember, effective communication is not just about talking. It's about making sure your message is heard and understood. By minimizing distractions, you can help your child focus more on what you're saying. Another reason why your child might not be listening to you is that they don't understand what you're saying. Let's dive deeper into this. Picture yourself in a foreign country where you don't speak the language. You're trying to find your way around, but all the directions you receive are in a language you don't comprehend. You're lost, right? That's exactly how a child may feel when we use complex language or concepts that are beyond their comprehension. Children are at different stages of learning and understanding. They are not miniature adults with the same cognitive abilities. Their brains are still developing. They're still learning how to process information, and their vocabulary is limited compared to ours. That's why they might not understand everything you say, especially if you're using big words, abstract concepts, or speaking too quickly. So how can we bridge this gap? Here are a few tips. Firstly, simplify your language. Use words and phrases that your child is familiar with. If you're introducing a new word or concept, take the time to explain it in a way they can understand. Secondly, be patient. Give them time to process what you've said. Don't rush them or expect instant understanding. Thirdly, engage them in conversation. Ask them questions, encourage them to ask you questions. This not only helps them understand better, but also fosters a healthy dialogue between you and your child. Lastly, use visual aids if necessary. Children are often visual learners. Using pictures, diagrams, or even acting out scenarios can help them grasp what you're trying to communicate. Remember, communication is not just about talking. It's about making sure the other person understands what you're saying. It's about being patient, being clear, and being open to questions. In conclusion, don't be disheartened if your child doesn't seem to listen or understand right away. It's a learning process for them, and for you as well. By simplifying your language and explaining things clearly, you can improve your child's understanding. The fourth reason your child might not be listening to you is that they're feeling overwhelmed. Emotional overwhelm is like a big, crashing wave. It's a surge of feelings that can make it hard for anyone, especially a child, to focus on anything else. Imagine trying to listen to a radio show while standing in the middle of a busy city intersection. That's what emotional overwhelm can feel like. Children, just like adults, can experience a multitude of emotions throughout the day. Joy, sadness, anger, excitement. These feelings can come in quick succession or all at once, leaving a child feeling like they're caught in an emotional whirlwind. This emotional turmoil can act as a barrier, making it difficult for them to process what you're saying, let alone respond to it effectively. So, how can we help our children manage their emotions better? Firstly, it's important to validate their feelings. Telling a child to stop being silly or don't be a baby can make them feel like their emotions are wrong or unimportant. Instead, acknowledge their feelings. Let them know it's okay to feel the way they do. Secondly, teach them about emotions. Help them understand what they're feeling and why. You could use children's books or movies to illustrate different emotions. This helps them make sense of their feelings and gives them the vocabulary to express them. Thirdly, equip them with coping strategies. Simple activities like deep breathing, drawing, or even squeezing a stress ball can help them calm down when they're feeling overwhelmed. Encourage them to use these techniques whenever they start to feel their emotions spiraling out of control. Lastly, set a good example. Show them how you manage your emotions. If they see you expressing your feelings in a healthy and constructive way, they're more likely to do the same. Remember, it's not about eliminating emotions. It's about helping your child understand and manage them. This way, when they're feeling overwhelmed, they'll be better equipped to handle their feelings and stay focused on what you're saying. By helping your child manage their emotions, you can improve their ability to listen and understand. Finally, your child might not be listening to you because they're seeking independence. This quest for autonomy is a crucial part of their development. It's about them finding their own footing, exploring their individuality, and learning to make decisions. It's a sign of growing up, and it's a good thing. However, this doesn't mean that communication should take a back seat. It's about finding a balance. Encourage your child's independence by allowing them to make choices and express their thoughts, but also make sure to maintain open lines of communication. Show them that their voice matters and that you're always there to guide them, not control them. When they feel heard and respected, they're more likely to listen and understand your perspective. This doesn't mean they'll always agree with you, and that's okay. It's part of their journey to becoming a well-rounded individual. Respecting your child's need for independence can improve your relationship and their willingness to listen. In conclusion, there are many reasons why your child might not be listening to you. They might lack trust, be distracted, not understand, feel overwhelmed, or simply need more independence. The tips we've discussed today can help bridge these gaps. Trust can be built, distractions can be managed, misunderstandings can be resolved, feelings of overwhelm can be addressed, and independence can be fostered. Understanding these reasons and implementing these tips can help improve communication with your child. Remember, patience and understanding go a long way. Are you a parent seeking help? Well, we have a solution for you. Prestige Martial Arts offers a fantastic program that helps children develop discipline and better listening skills. This program directly addresses all the reasons we've discussed today that might be causing your child to not listen to you. It's an excellent way to help your child build trust, manage distractions, understand better, overcome feelings of overwhelm, and foster independence. The best part? You can enjoy a free 2-week trial to see if it's the right fit for your family. Visit their website at www.prestigemartialartstroy.com to sign up now. Remember, it's not about forcing your child to listen, it's about equipping them with the right tools to succeed. And Prestige Martial Arts is here to help you do just that.